Hello and welcome to sunny Nuremberg today. It's about 20 degrees here in Nuremberg on the 22nd of October. Pretty warm day. Looking forward to the game today. That's why we're in this part of Nuremberg for FC Nuremberg versus Hannover 96. As you can see over there, you can see the Max-Morlock Stadion, which is the home of FC Nuremberg. And right now we are in a very iconic spot as well, one of the most iconic spots in German football really, because right now we are standing on a building that some of you may recognize, obviously one of the main buildings from the Third Reich era of Germany. It's actually called the Zeppelin Field here in Nuremberg. Really incredible view, really looking out over to the Max-Morlock Stadium. For those of you that know your history, it was designed by Albert Speer and actually one of the kind of biggest surviving buildings from the Third Reich era. Take a look at that. Yeah, it's been not really preserved, but it stands here to kind of as a reminder of what happened in that period between 1932 and 1945 in Germany. But yeah, incredible really, looking right over to the Max-Morlock Stadium. As well, interestingly here, they also have a massive festival as well, one of the biggest festivals in Germany, Rock im Park, which takes place every June. So yeah, we're about an hour and a half before kickoff today. We're going to go and have a few drinks. Already got our first Keller beer as well on the go. So yeah, we'll see you in a little bit. You can see a few of the fan coaches as well. One of the big FC Nuremberg fan clubs just kind of gathers there before the games, just on the kind of edges of the Zeppelin Field. So yeah, a little bit about the build-up of the game as well today. Obviously, FC Nuremberg in 14th place at the moment, not having the best of seasons after being one of the favourites for promotion in the second league this year. But they did get a really big win away at Dusseldorf last week, and they also won in the Cup on Tuesday night as well. So they got back-to-back 1-0 away wins. So the team will be hoping to get a rare home win as well nowadays. Obviously the last home game they lost 3-2 at home against Holstein Kiel. But yeah, Marcus Weinzel does appear to be making a few improvements in the side so far. 2 out of 3 wins in his first 3 games. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it's going on today. As for Hannover, they're doing a lot better. They're in 6th place as things stand with 6 wins out of the 12 games. Obviously Stefan Leitl, nowadays the coach, the former Greuther Fürth coach as well, which is quite a big thing because obviously Greuther Fürth, big rivals with Nuremberg. But yeah, he's doing quite well. The same as Nuremberg really, they were one of the favourites to get promoted this season. Maybe not quite hitting the heights they would have hoped for, but they're quite well placed. A win today would put them back within 3 points of the top 3, which is where they'll be aiming to be this season. So yeah, we'll have to see what happens in the game. Just as the atmosphere is building here just outside the Max-Morlock Stadium, I've found quite an interesting piece of information as well on the Zeppelin Field. There you can see it, yeah. They're currently undergoing like a kind of safeguarding procedure to try and keep it. Obviously the building has been standing here since 1934, as you can see there. And as you can see, it's getting into a little bit of rack and ruin at the moment, the Zeppelin Field. But there's a big debate here in Nuremberg with regard to whether they should kind of renovate it or whether they should just let it go to decay, really. But as you can see on here, there are plans to not so much renovate it, but the plan is to kind of, you know, retain it for future generations to realise what happened here in between 1939 and 45. So here we are in the club shop. You could see the Nuremberg away kit there. Yeah, it's quite a nice one. They won't be playing in that today. They'll be playing in the usual colours of burgundy and black, which is like the kind of traditional colours of FC Nuremberg. How much does it cost? Let's have a look. They're usually quite expensive in Germany, the shirts. Let's have a little look at that. Are there any tags anyway, Irina? Ah, it's there. There's the tag. Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, there you can see the cost is 85 euros. Not bad. Will you be buying one, Irina? Or?
Only if you give it to me as a Saturday gift.
There you go. Yeah, buy your FC Nuremberg away kits for 85 euros. So Irina's bought a hat as well. She's bought a Nuremberg hat. So yeah, she's got a scarf. She's got a hat. What's your prediction today, Irina?
I think I'm not going to surprise everyone. As usual, every game we attend Nürnberg Stadium.
Every time we come and watch Nuremberg, they lose pretty much. Yeah, I think the last 10 or 12 times we've been, they've lost every time, so we'll have to see whether they can win.
What do you think of the atmosphere here, Mark?
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. We're just in the beer garden at the moment before the game. There's a lot of Hannover 96 fans around as well, a lot of Nuremberg fans. I expect a big crowd on today, maybe 30, even 40,000 on in the second league today. Yeah, really enjoying the atmosphere though.
What's your predictions then?
Oh, prediction, geez. Well, it's quite an interesting statistic that I've not seen them win in 12 games at the Max-Morlock Stadium. The only time I've seen them win was the first ever match here, and that was when they beat Bochum 3-1. I think you were there, Irina, as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm going to go for I'm going to go for Nuremberg to win 3-1 today. 3-1 home win for me.
Cheers.
Cheers. So here we are outside the stadium. You can see there the Max-Morlock Stadion. Yeah, so we're in block 2 today. We're about half an hour before kickoff now. Real good atmosphere building here before kickoff. Got a nice little complex as well here where you can go and get yourself a beer or a bite to eat. Really nice complex here at the Max-Morlock Stadion. The stadium actually holds around 60,000, so it's a massive stadium as you'll see when we get in. But yeah, really looking forward to the game today. We'll have to see whether Nuremberg can finally deliver a home win. So it's about 20 minutes before kickoff, and as you can see, the players are already warming up on the pitch. You can see the Nuremberg players just in front of you, and the Hannover fans on the other side of the pitch, and with the players just in front of them. It looks like it's a good, decent turnout from Hannover as well, considering it's about 500 kilometers journey. It looks like there's at least 1,000-2,000 of them made the long trip over this Saturday afternoon for the 1 o'clock kickoff. As you can see down there, your first look at the Nuremberg Ultras, already full up. You know, there's 3,000-4,000 of them. They're really going to give it their all today to push the team onto victory. So we'll come back in about 10 minutes to show you the build-up for the game. So the players are about to come on the pitch. We've got Die Legende lebt, the famous song of FC Nürnberg as we come out. You can see all the fans putting the scarves up as well for the famous song Die Legende lebt, the legend lives on. As well down there waving the flag. The game is about to start. Okay, look, come on Nuremberg. Match just about to kick off. The Ultras are well and truly underway now. Brilliant atmosphere here in Nuremberg. Maybe 2,000 or 3,000 from Hannover as well. You can just about see them in the shade over at the other side of the pitch. Yeah, we're about to kick off. Big game here in the 2.Bundesliga. Come on Nuremberg, get a win. About 10 minutes into the game and Nuremberg have already had the first big chance. Quadwo Dua played the ball in from the right side into the striker Dafferner, who shot straight at the Hannover goalkeeper, but it was a great chance really. Nuremberg started the game far the better so far. Hannover really struggling to get anything in the first 10-12 minutes really. Nuremberg, the Ultras you can see are in full spirit so far, very noisy, good atmosphere at the game. Quite a bit of noise as well from the Hannover fans over on the other side of the pitch too, but you can just see, Hannover look like they got half a chance here. Oh, but well defended by Nuremberg. That's what we need to improve on today. The defence hasn't been good enough this season at times. But yeah, so far so good for Nuremberg, 0-0. Free kick for Hannover now in a really promising position. I think they've been getting on top the last couple of minutes as well, dominating possession. Let's see the Nuremberg Ultras booing. Let's see what can happen here. They'll stay with you for the free kick. Gonna hit it. Oh, it's straight into the wall. And out for a Hannover throw-in. Still 0-0. Now we've got the free kick for Nuremberg. Just as we reach half time, it's still 0-0. A great opportunity from the free kick for Nuremberg now. Let's stay with it while they take this free kick. It looks good! Oh! Inches over the bar. It looked in, to be honest, when he first hit it. It just dipped just over the bar. Looked like it hit the top part of the top netting as well. But it's still 0-0 after about 44 minutes on the clock. So the players are just going off. The half-time whistle has just gone. And it's 0-0 between FC Nürnberg and Hannover 96. Not the best half of football you're ever going to see, that's for sure. A couple of free kicks, very, very unlucky for Nuremberg. I'd say Nuremberg, despite Hannover having had the most of the possession, Nuremberg have definitely been the better side in this half. But I think, you know, obviously 2-3 shots on target to none from Hannover. Hannover haven't had much of the game at all so far, but, you know, they're the better side in possession, but they just can't get that goal. Can't really create many chances, but it's still 0-0 at half time.
Hi Mark, what do you think of the first half of the game then?
Yeah, it's not been great in truth, yeah, it's still 0-0, and I think obviously Hannover have missed, they've had the majority of the possession, but Nuremberg have had the most of the game, most of the chances. Not been many chances, maybe 2-3 chances per side. Not been the best half of football, but I think it's more of a tactical battle this match. I think, but if Nuremberg keep doing what they're doing, I think they can win the game. I think it's going to be 1-0 either side from what I've seen so far in the first half, but I do believe that Nuremberg can get the win, but we'll have to see.
I have another question. Are we going to win then?
FC Nuremberg's going to win. Come on. Auf geht's, der Club. Nuremberg putting some pressure on. There's a great atmosphere in the stadium now. Another corner, the third of the second half. They just had a shot inches wide. It looked in. The whole stadium thought it was in the corner coming in, but it's well cleared by the Hannover. Oh, jeez. Is he going to get on that? Oh, well defended though by the Nuremberg man. They fired up this second half. They want to get the win today. Look at the ultras over there as well, really going for it. Atmosphere is brilliant in this second half. 74 minutes on the clock and it's still 0-0. Not that much happening in the game really at the moment. It's gone through a little bit of a lull after Nuremberg's side by far the better side in the second half. As you can see, there's a lot of long balls being lumped up the pitch really. Nothing much happening. The ultras are still in good spirits as well from both sides. You see the Nuremberg ultras down there, and then the other side of the pitch you can see the Hannover ultras. A really good turnout from Hannover today with 2,000 to 3,000 at the ground. You can see Hannover on the ball at the moment, but once again it's intercepted by the Nuremberg defence and it's played long over the park. Nuremberg really struggled to get really any kind of attacking impetus in this game so far. Still about another 15 minutes left. We're hoping for a goal. I think if there is a goal it's going to be a winner, but we'll have to see. Yet another free kick going to come in for Hannover this second half. Maybe 4 or 5 chances of that. It's in. Oh, inches wide there. Looked as though it might go in the back of the net there. It's a great header leaping up there. They've just brought Sebastian Kirk on, former Nürnberg man. It looked as though he might get on the end of that free kick. Nuremberg fans not so happy at the moment with what they're seeing. The game has finished 0-0. The fans are not happy with the ref because Nuremberg should have had a corner right at the end. You can hear a lot of anger from the Nuremberg fans. You know, they don't seem that happy with the 0-0 draw today, even though Hannover are much higher. You can hear they're not happy. The fans are shouting cheat to the referee. They're far from happy. But the game has finished 0-0. Yeah, as you can see, probably Hannover will be slightly the happier side really, because Nuremberg probably was slightly the better team, despite Hannover having 57-58% of the possession. See the players there in the middle of the pitch. It's yet another game for me here at the Max-Morlock Stadium. What do you think, Irina? Was that a corner?
It was a corner.
Irina thinks it was a corner, but the referee blew for full time. They would have had one last chance to put the ball in the box. The fans are not happy, but it did finish FC Nürnberg 0, Hannover 96 0. The players thanking the ultras as well. The ultras are relatively pleased, getting a pretty good reception there at the end of the game, as you can see, compared to the last time I came here when they got booed off against Holstein Kiel when they lost 3-2. But yeah, pretty good reception there, like not overly good, but I think the fans are relatively happy with the performance today from Nuremberg. Same over there, as you can see the Hannover players saying thank you to their away fans as well. One last chance from the Nuremberg fans as the players go down the tunnel.
Hi Mark, what do you think of the game then?
It wasn't the best spectacle in truth, but I think both teams worked pretty hard. I think it was a decent performance from Nuremberg, really, all said and done. I don't think it was the best performance of the season, but it's a third straight clean sheet for Nuremberg now, after that 1-0 win in Dusseldorf and the 1-0 win over Walkhoff in midweek in the Cup. But yeah, I think probably Hannover will be slightly the happier side. You know, a point away from home against Nuremberg is a decent result in the second league. And you know, as for Nuremberg, I don't think they're realistically going to be able to push for promotion this season, unfortunately. But I think what Marcus Weinz has done in this last 4 games is made them more steady, keep more clean sheets, to defend better. But you know, at times they don't seem to be able to get that balance between attack and defence. That's the problem. You know, when they score goals, they concede goals, but when they don't concede, they don't score. That's the problem. But yeah, entertaining day, nice weather over here in Nuremberg.
Who do you think had more chances to score?
Yeah, I'd probably say Nuremberg had more chances to score, to be honest, but I think Hannover had most of the possession, 58% of the possession, but I think overall Nuremberg with a better side. But yeah, I think Hannover had a few free kicks during the game from good positions, but they couldn't make use of that in the end.
Okay, what's the next game are you going to visit then?
Yeah, well, we'll have to see what we're going to go to. We're thinking about maybe going to Jan Regensburg against Hansa Rostock next Saturday. That's possible. And then we've got a really big game.
Right?
Possibly, yeah, in Regensburg. So yeah, hoping to get over there, but we'll have to see whether we can get tickets and things like that. But yeah, thanks a lot, guys, for watching, and see you next time. Bye.